Now let's learn how to size pellets with pellet gauge.
In this video, I'm going to talk to you about sizing pellets by head size. I'm using the pellet gauge. These are 22 caliber air arms pellets that work best in my S510 rifle. And I've got a tin of them, so let's just get started, shall we? The pellet gauge works this way. You start with the smallest hole, which on this gauge is a 5.48 millimeter. Put the pellet head in and tap the gauge on the side. If the pellet head does not drop in the hole, move to the next largest hole, which is 5.49. If the pellet doesn't drop in there, move to the next largest hole, which is 5.5, and it did drop in that hole. Okay, I easily remove the pellet. And when I say easily, I mean I'm trying very much not to damage that pellet. That is starting a group of pellets that have head sizes of 5.50. So let's measure another one. Start with 5.48. Nothing there. Move on to 5.49. Nothing there. 5.50. All right, that one dropped in. So take that out. Now when I take it out, let me show you. I'm using just a finger and I'm pushing up on the head of the pellet ever so slightly just to get the pellet out of the hole, and then I'm wiggling it around. I don't want to cut that pellet. This is another 5.50. Let's keep them together. Let's try another one. You know, I'm pretty much sure they're not going to be 5.48. So let's start with a 5.49. If it were to go into that hole, I could always go back. Oh my gosh. Well, that one went into the 5.49 hole. So I'm going to show you what I would do. Since I started with that hole thinking that they wouldn't be that small, I'm going to back up and try the 5.48 hole too. This is kind of hard to get out. I'm trying not to cut the pellet, just wiggle it and turn it. I have to turn it slightly sometimes to get it out. 5.48 hole. I'm going to jiggle the heck out of it. It is not going in the 5. Oh my gosh, it did. All right. This pellet may not be round. I'm going to set this one over to the side here because I don't really know what size that is. It might be smaller than 5.48. Next pellet, I'll start with 5.48 and I'll jiggle the heck out of it. No luck there. Go to 5.49. Nope. 5.50. All right, now that one's not even going in there. 5.51, yeah, dropped right in. Well, what if it drops right in, like this one just did, and you're suspecting it might be smaller? Go back to the next smallest hole and jiggle it around a little bit more. Maybe it is that size. Turn it a little bit, if you doubt. But it doesn't seem to be going into the 5.50 hole. Well, shut my mouth. It just dropped in. Okay, that one is 5.50. So to get it out, I'm pushing up with my finger and I'm turning the pellet ever so slightly. I don't want to cut the sides. All right. I'm going to start with 5.49, and I hope it doesn't drop in. Go on to 5.50. Boy, it almost dropped in too. It was tight coming out. There it is. It's 5.50. Well, these are getting very uniform, aren't they? I mean, except for that one odd pellet that I don't trust anymore, I got a bunch of 5.50s. Next pellet. 549. I'd like to show you one that's a little bigger, but let's see if that happens. Believe it or not, I don't have this thing staged. 5.50, no. 5.51. Golly. Yes, it did drop into 5.51. Did you notice what I did? I straightened the pellet there, and I gave it a little bit of a turn because sometimes these pellets are a little bit out of round. I'm going to go back to 5.50 just to make sure. If it drops in, we'll call it 5.50, but it doesn't. So now I've got a row I can start of 5.51s. And guys, that's all you do. You just keep going through the pellets until you get a group of these, a group of these, a group of these, and so on. These Air Arms pellets are made by JSB and they're very uniform. You'll find other pellets that are all over the place. I've had pellets that have had as many as 0.6 of a millimeter spread, but that's not happening here. That's how you use the pellet gauge.